Hello boys and girls, it's Rabbi David and welcome to my model Matzah Bakery. Today, me and you are going to be making matzah just the same way they make it in the real matzah bakeries. You just need a few simple things: flour, water, a rolling pin, and a fork. That's all you need to be able to make the matzah. Of course, make sure you have your parents there to help you with the oven. Okay, boys and girls, are you ready? Let's go. So today we're going to be making hand-baked matzah. No, just kidding, not hand-baked matzah like this, but hand-baked shmura matzah, just like this. Now, boys and girls, what does the word shmura mean? Shmura comes from the Hebrew word shomer, which means to guard. Now, does that mean that there's a man standing at the front of the matzah bakery saying, you can't come in, none of you can come into my matzah bakery? No, it doesn't mean that. What it means is that from the beginning of the process, all the way to the beginning, as we're going to learn, we are making sure that the flour never comes in contact with the water. So, as we know, the ingredients into making matzah is flour and water. So let's go through the process of making the flour. The first thing that we do is the rabbis and the farmers get together in the summer on the farm. Let's find out what happens on the farm. Hello everybody, my name is Old Mac David. That's right, Old Mac David, and on my farm I have a lot of wheat, just like this. Now what happens is the rabbis and the farmers get together, as I said, in the summer, and they go to the farm and they go to cut the wheat. Now they got to do this on a hot day, because if it is raining on that day and maybe a kernel is a little bit open that it has flour in it, they cannot be good for the matzah. So they have to go on a day where it's beautiful and sunny outside and really, really comfy. And what they do is they cut down the wheat. Now, the next step is, with the wheat, on the wheat we have the piece of wheat at the top and we have the stalk at the bottom. What I do is I break off my stalk and I take this home and I give it to my cow Betsy. She loves to sleep on it. And over here I have the wheat. Now, you may have a cat at home. If you have a cat, you'll know that your cat has whiskers. Also, the wheat has some whiskers on it. So what we do is we hold it at the top just like this, and we twist it around to get all of the whiskers off. The next thing that we do is we need to get the tiny little seeds out of the wheat. Those seeds are called kernels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bowl, and if you're very, very quiet, you'll actually hear the kernels go into the bowl. All right, boys and girls, now we're going to break up our wheat, and we're going to hear all the little kernels falling into the bowl. Now, boys and girls, inside of the bowl, we have all of the little kernels, but we also have all of the garbage that we don't want. That garbage is called chaff. We don't want it. Now, if I stand over here and start to pull out all of the little tiny kernel seeds, then I'm going to be here for a long, long time. And I don't think we have all that time. So we need to get rid of all the garbage. Does anyone have any ideas how to get rid of it? That's such a smart idea, to use a sift. All right, so I have over here a sift. I'm going to pour this into it. That doesn't work either. You see, the pieces are too big to go through the holes of the sift. I know, I've got a great idea. We're going to do the same thing they did in the time of the Bet HaMikdash, the Holy Temple. What they would do is they would go outside on a windy day and they would throw everything up in the air. The chaff, the garbage, is so light it would just blow away in the wind, and the kernels, which are heavier, would stay in the bowl. We're indoors, so we're going to have to figure it out another way. So what I'm going to do on the count of 3 is I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to blow into this bowl, and hopefully I'll blow away all of the garbage. Most of it will go on the floor, and some of it will go in my beard. Let's try. Here we go. 1. I want you guys to count with me. 1, 2, 3. Pretty good, pretty good. A little bit more left. Let's try one more time. All right, good job. All right, now all of the garbage is gone, and we are left with, let's listen, all of the kernels. The next step in order to make the flour for the matzah, these kernels are taken to a millstone, right over here. Now let me explain you the way the millstone works. You will see the millstone has a larger stone at the top and a smaller stone at the bottom. What happens is we turn this around and around, and all of the little kernels get crushed in the middle, and out comes flour. All right, here we go. Around and around and around. Here we go. Pretty good. Let's see how much flour we can make. We're going to count to 8 because there are 8 days of Passover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, good job. Okay, boys and girls, we are now going to collect up with our special brush over here all of the flour that we crushed today. Wow, we did a pretty good job over here. Let's see what we got. I like this. Pretty good, pretty good. All right, so now that we have all of our flour, we still have one more problem. You see, while we were crushing it, some little bits and pieces got through that we do not want. Some garbage got through. So what we're going to do is we're now going to use our special sift over here. By the way, does anyone know how many holes are in here? I can tell you, since my daughter's been off school, she's been a little bit bored. So I told her to count how many holes that we have in our sift. And she told me there are exactly 613 holes. Does anyone know what's special about the number 613? That's right. There are 613 commandments. Good job. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our sift right over here. We're going to pour the flour through our sift. All of the garbage will stay in here, and the flour will go through. What? It's going to go through on the floor? You know what? Should I do it? No? Come on. You really don't think I should do this? Guess what? I'm going to do it anyway. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, pretty cool. Here we go. We're shaking off all of our sift just like that. So now our flour is in our bowl over here, and I want to show you right over here is all the garbage that we do not want. Watch very closely. All of the garbage that stayed in our sift that we don't want. But I want you to also see now all of the flour that we made today. Beautiful flour. Watch very carefully. Look at that. That is flour that we made today. Good job. So we're now going to take the flour and we're going to take it into our special flour booth right over here to keep it far away from the water. The next ingredient that we need for our matzah is water. That's right. Water in Hebrew is called mayim. And we need to get special water. We just can't go to the tap and get water. The water we get for our matzah comes from a well. Now in Hebrew, the water is called mayim shelanu. Now, has anyone ever been to Israel before? Well, if you were in Israel and you stayed at a hotel, you will know that a hotel in Hebrew is called a bet malon, a house that you stay overnight. The same too over here, our water is called mayim shelanu because it's water that stays overnight. What we do is we draw it from the well and then we keep it in a special room temperature overnight to be able to use for our matzah. So, we have a well over here. Everyone go like this and say, oh well. And now what we're going to do is we're going to try get our water from under the ground. Are you ready? Here we go. Coming up over here, folks. You got to draw this real heavy. Oh, all right. So let's get our water from and it's measured out a perfect amount. This is just incredible. Okay, we now have our water. We're going to take our water and take it into our water booth to get ready to make the matzah. All right, now that we have our flour and we have our water ready to make our matzah, we are ready. But one very important thing, boys and girls, is that the matzah needs to be made from the time that the flour and water touch each other in how long? I can't hear you. In how long? That's right, 18 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our timer from when the flour and water mixes together, and we're going to see if we can put the flour, the water, make the dough, roll it out, put the holes in, put it in the oven, out of the oven, all in 18 minutes. Are you ready for the challenge? Okay, here goes. All right, boys and girls, now's come to the main part of making the matzah. So the first thing we need to do is pour the flour into the bowl. So let's get the flour, please. Okay, the flour's here. Now, if you're doing this at home, you want to have 1.5 cups of flour. That's 1.5 cups of flour. Okay, we're about to put the water in, but before we do that, we've got to start our clock. Because remember, if it's longer than 18 minutes from when the water touches the flour, then we cannot eat our matzah on Passover because it is chametz. Okay, so we're about to put our water in. Here we go. And our time has started. Let's go. We've got to mix up this dough as fast as we possibly can mix. You got to mix. Mix it as fast as your hands can go. Around and around and around and around and around and around. All right, while we're mixing the dough, I want you to know you have to put in 2/3 of a cup water. That's 2/3 of a cup water. But keep mixing that dough up because our clock is ticking by and we're almost ready to start rolling out our matzah. All right, boys and girls, now that we have our dough, we have to roll it out. So the first thing I want you to do is take the dough in your hand and I want you to roll it into a bowl, just like this, okay? Roll into a bowl, okay? Now I want you to take your hand and to go on top like this. 1, 2, 3. Now take your other hand and go 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now I want you to just with your hand go around and around until you have it into almost like a circle. Excellent. Now what I want you to do is take some flour and put some flour down right where you're going to roll. The next thing you need is a rolling pin. So what I want you to do is start rolling your matzah. Roll it a little bit, then turn it around and roll it a little bit more. Keep rolling it. You got to work quickly because remember that timer is going. Keep rolling that matzah. Even at times, turn it over and roll. While you roll, turn and roll, turn and roll. There's even a song we sing when we do this. So roll, roll, roll your dough, roll it round and flat. Roll, roll that matzah dough, make it round and flat. Let me hear you. Roll, roll, roll the dough, roll it round and flat. Roll, roll, roll the dough, make it round and flat. Now, boys and girls, in a Matzah Bakery, while they are rolling the matzah, they say 3 words. And those words are l'shem, matzah's, mitzvah. That means that we are doing this for the mitzvah, for the commandment of making matzah. So while you're rolling with me, boys and girls, let me hear you say, l'shem, matzah's, mitzvah. L'shem, matzah's, mitzvah. Good job. All right, we're getting somewhere over here. As you can see, our matzah is becoming nice and round and really, really big. What a good job. All right, boys and girls, we're ready for our next step. But remember, we've got to work fast because if we don't finish within our 18 minutes, then our matzah will no longer be kosher for Passover. So the next thing we need to do is to make lots of holes in our matzah. Because if we don't make those holes, then what happens to us is our matzah will blow up like a pita, and we do not want that. So I have over here a hole maker that makes lots of holes. But not everyone has this at home, so you can also use a fork to make holes. What I want you to do is make lots of holes all over your matzah. Keep making those holes. If you think you have enough, make a few more. You gotta always have a lot of holes in your matzah. Turn it over and make more. Keep making those holes all over your matzah. You wanna have a lot of holes. Okay, boys and girls, for our next step, you gotta make sure that you have your mom or your dad or a grown-up in the house to help you. I don't want anyone doing this by themselves. What I want you to do is take your rolling pin and to put your matzah over your rolling pin. Now when I'm opening the oven, it's gonna get really loud, so I'm gonna tell you beforehand what I want you to do. I want you to put your matzah in the oven and close it, and then I'll let you know what to do next. can see, our matzah's in the oven. Now in a real matzah bakery, the oven is really, really, really hot. It's like over 1,000 degrees, and they have lots of wood and fire, and the matzah takes a few seconds to bake. Because we're in a model matzah bakery, we don't have that type of oven. So we're going to be using an oven the same that you can use in your house. Boys and girls, remember to watch that matzah, and the clock is ticking down. All right, boys and girls, we're ready to get our matzah. Let's see how it came out. Wow, what an incredible job we did. It's a little hot, so be careful. Look at that, we have our own beautiful matzah. But boys and girls, unfortunately, our timer ran out. It took us longer than 18 minutes to make the matzah. Oh well, guess what? We'll just have to eat the matzah now. So our matzah may taste like matzah, it may crunch like matzah, but it's not kosher for Passover, and we gotta eat it today. But don't worry, at least we know how matzah's made now. But boys and girls, we have had an incredible time today learning how to make matzah all the way from the beginning of the process. So what do you say? Why don't you try it now at home yourselves? Make sure you have an adult, make sure you have the ingredients ready, and you're ready to go. From all of us here at the Virtual Hebrew School, I want to wish you a happy and kosher Passover. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed your class today. As promised, we're now going to do the raffle for last week's review challenge. Don't forget to fill in the answers for this week, and you could be our lucky winners for next week. Okay, let's give a good mix around over here and let's find out who our first winner is for this week. Our first winner is Zadok Mitchelson from Chabad Prospect in Kentucky. Mazel tov, well done. You have won yourself a $25 gift card. Good job. Okay, let's find out who our second winner is from last week. Real good mix around in here. And our second winner is Jonathan Gold from Chabad Potomac, Maryland. Wow, what an awesome job. Mazal tov to you. And our third and final place. Let's give a real good mix around in here. All of you that entered, well done. And our third winner is Ashley Parker from Chabad of Baskin Ridge in New Jersey. What an amazing job to all of you. Mazel tov, well done. Now, boys and girls, if you are a winner, C-Kids will contact you and you will be sent your special gift card. But all of you out there, you could be next week's winners. All you need to do is to fill in the link at the bottom with all of the questions and you could be a winner. Now, boys and girls, we have one more important thing. I want you to make sure that you get part of the challenges that are coming up. You will see on the Chabad Hebrew School website, you will see a challenge that's coming up for every single grade. So make sure you take part of it. Boys and girls, until next week, Shalom.